Welcome back to KTSM 9 News today. All right, who's ready for the 4th of July in America's 250th?
I am not. I have got nothing for
Nothing?
it.
Oh, my
man.
gosh.
Got nothing.
I'm already doing some recon work. I'm scoping out all the sales at Costco and Sam's, ready to buy those hot dog buns and hot dogs in bulk. Bring
How many
some
you
to
gonna
work.
get, then?
I'm going to eat a whole lot of them.
Well,
gonna
that's
be
not
my-
a specific number.
I'm going for 12.
Oh, my
As a
God.
Going for
journalist, I have to
12.
hold you to
Okay,
a
Joey
number.
Chestnut. Good
right.
God.
Yes, I am. I'm going for 12, man.
Mike versus the United States.
Right?
I'll bring some to work because I understand Robert Bettis loves to grill
He
outdoors.
does, he
Yeah.
does,
So
he
I'll
really-
bring some of that bulk to work then, and I don't just mean my bulk.
I know,
mean my
right?
bulk of buns and hot dogs.
Thank you.
So yesterday, the commissioners had a meeting, and officials said during the meeting that fireworks sales period is going to run one more day than usual this year, from June 24th through midnight on July the 5th because of the 250th celebration. And of course, that also means one more day of all kinds of messes and trash. As a matter of fact, some vendors went before commissioners to share their concerns about leftover trash.
We have all our vendors pick up. We personally drive through the next day. We survey all the lots and properties near our locations and make sure that they're picked up. I even personally have almost gotten to fights with vendors because they don't want to pick up the trash. But I think an easy conclusion would be to cite these vendors that aren't being responsible.
So at this time, county commissioners cannot ban any type of fireworks, but the county judge did say some of the vendors that they've heard from have actually volunteered to not sell what are called sticks and fins. Now, those fireworks are typically the first ones to be banned because they fly, right? Now, if drought conditions worsen before the 4th of July, a ban could be put in place. But for right now, the National Fire Danger Rating System shows El Paso is at a low risk. Now, that doesn't completely tie their hands, however. They can actually, the county judge can actually issue a declaration of local disaster if an imminent threat of widespread or severe damage, injury, or loss of life could possibly happen.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening.
On the 250th.
Pretty
Yeah.
unlikely.
I think pretty much we're just going to have to get through this,
Yep.
whatever happens, and
Yeah.
hope and hope and hope that people are not, are not out of control and
Oh,
that they do the right thing.
There's going to be trash.
Yeah.
I know that.
We
You
can
know
always
there's gonna be
Trash,
trash.
yeah, trash we know they're going to have.
Red Sands is going to be a disaster.
Oh,
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Sands is going to
As
be
always.
a
That's-
disaster.
That place is going to be a mob scene.
Now, they did say that they are going to have 30 to 40 sheriff's deputies who are going to be using ATVs to patrol Red Sands.
Yeah.
That's not going to be anywhere near enough.
No.
But that's hopefully people knowing that they'll be on ATVs, taking a look around and keeping an eye on what's going on.
They've been doing a very good job.
Yeah.
I think out there the last couple of years, there's been very big crowds, and we always. Unfortunately, in this business, we go into these weekends and we think, okay, let's prepare for
The worst.
the worst, right? And then hope for the best. And honestly, we've come out of a lot of these weekends pretty all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sheriff's department has done a really good job just kind of being out there.
Yeah.
Just kind of eyeing up everybody, making sure they know they're around, right? And we've gotten done with a lot of these weekends, and we haven't had really any, at least as far as I can remember, major serious issues.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a kerfuffle, this
Right.
and that. but
Right,
there's-
yeah.
You're never going to get away from that. But, you just want to avoid the big one.
And, hopefully, honestly, I think that sticks and fins should just be not a thing. Really, honestly, those are the ones that they're like the bottle rockets, the Roman candles, things like that, that can really get away from you and really start a fire. And then we've got all of this rain that we had this weekend. In a week, we're going to be inundated with weeds. And then a week later, those weeds are going to be dry and dead. And that's where you start running into the issues.
Yeah, I know it's really hard to look for, that far in advance as far as the weather's concerned, but what do you think the odds of a really drought situation are?
Well, I haven't seen anything that would tell me that we're going to be extremely in the drought.
Yeah.
Every week we've had at least a little bit of a chance for some rain here in the borderland dating back to middle of last month. So I expect that trend to continue, especially as we get closer to monsoon. But,
Right.
It's hard to tell, especially that far out. Even a couple of weeks out, it's very hard to tell with some of these summer showers.
Yeah.